Community Radio app from your Google Play or Apple Store. Bring Montgomery County's community radio with you anywhere with your smartphone or tablet. If you are in the Conroe area, tune in on FM. That's Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. If you are on the computer, bookmark irlonestar.com as your internet radio station. A Lone Star Community Radio, broadcasting 24/7 from the heart of downtown Conroe, Texas.
Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us on the Cindy Cochran Show, along with Richard Schischler, the owner of the whole thing. And but he doesn't make a big deal about it or try to, hold it over my head that, I'm not the only show on his radio programming. And but we are the only live show, right, Richard? Oh, you should have seen that shake of the head. It was so enthusiastic. And I just love it. How whenever I ask him a question, he's just right there. But today we have something that's really interesting, and I really like these guys. And at one time in production, I had to call upon them so I could use their team and maybe some of the other people to be in this. And they were so cooperative, and it was so great. And so I'm sure you've heard of it. Habitat for Humanity. They are looking out for everybody who's trying to find affordable home and find a place that they can call home. And that's like what everybody's after right now. And so you have the Habitat of Humanity in Montgomery County, and they're in different places, in Texas. But for Montgomery County people, you're going to get your earful of information on things that you can do and the events that they have. And I have with me Robert. Robert, you never told me your last name. You went, Robert? What's your last name?
My last name is Hernandez.
What?
Hernandez.
Hernandez?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. I got that. I've heard that before, but the way you say it is so beautiful. But anyway, Robert, is your title is?
I'm the Director of Program Development for Habitat Montgomery County.
Okay. The program development is getting people that you have to vet people. You have to have them fill out forms. You have to make sure this is what would be good for y'all, and they have to qualify in a sense, right?
Yes.
Okay. So there's some qualification. I mean, you can't just walk in off the street and say, "I'm tired of my box in the homeless community. I want a house."
Yes, ma'am.
So what do you advise people that are looking and they really can't afford, like maybe a home, like a forever home, but they need a place, they need a home, and they want to find out if they qualify for that? What are some of the qualifications that they might look at?
So I would say for individuals that are looking for the first steps for a home, my best advice is to seek a HUD housing counselor. So you can go to HUD.gov, and when you go to HUD.gov, you can find a housing counselor. Essentially what a housing counselor does is they're like the middleman.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to buy a home, they'll sit down with you, they'll look at your financials, and they'll essentially tell you, what do you want to do? Do you want to purchase a home, or do you want to continue renting? If you want to purchase a home, then essentially what they'll do is they'll sit down with you, look at your financials, and tell you this is where you are, kind of like a health check, and then essentially say, we're not there yet, but we can get there. And they plan that out, they give you the map, and they let you know. But for requirements, essentially, we kind of meet just HUD requirements as to what documents we're needing. So, for instance, we will look at your income statements. We will look at your pay stubs.
Mm-hmm.
We will also ask for your identification, which is your driver's license, ID, Social Security. We only need the last four. We don't need the full thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
So it's a couple of documents that we ask for. It's just to verify income. It's to
Sure.
verify they're within the income bracket
Right.
for the program that we're looking at, which is 80% AMI.
Well, that like we all have had seen all the experimenting that went on a lot of times with people that were getting into homes that they really couldn't afford that, to be in that home, but they got in there and then it's a wreck. They can't get out. They can't move. It's going to ruin their credit and all that. And you're trying to help them build their credit, right? When they come into to something like this.
So essentially, with our program that we have for our Marble Creek, we have around 87 acres out in Magnolia that was generously donated to us.
Wow.
With that, we are going to establish a 200 plus neighborhood. And with that 200 plus neighborhood, essentially, we're going to be getting around $145,000 homes to $200,000 homes. To make it affordable, what we do is we make sure that individuals that are applicants don't spend more than 30% of their monthly income for the housing to make it affordable.
Oh, no, that's good.
As for credit-wise, since we have third-party lenders that we're partnering with, the credit just depends on the third-party lenders. So essentially, it'll be anywhere between, I think our minimum is around 580-ish. So 580-ish credit score and up is what we're looking at.
Wow. I've been down there in that pool many times and try and struggle to get out because I didn't know what's a good number. What was good? And it was like 700 or, and I'm going like, okay, so how do I get 700? And everybody said, just after I started to have to buy a house, I had to buy a new car and all this stuff, that I had to make sure that I understand about interest rates because they were going to put this down as a monthly thing, but if the interest will accrue and it makes by the end of it, you've probably paid more than you meant to for the house. But it was amazing. I knew nothing about that. So to have someone like you and HUD, and to be able to advise, counsel, and even get the prices that low, my word. So would a house like that have 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, or what?
Yeah. So our models are between 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, and it goes all the way up to 4 bedrooms, 2 bath.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. Yes. I asked Robert, I said, you ever watch HGTV? And he said he started to more and more. And you know how I am obsessed with it. And so when people go in, and it depends on the part of the country, where the country is, what part of the country they're in, and they're looking for a house, and you go, what? I mean, I paid this much, and they're paying so little, and it's funny. It's just funny to me because of the variation and how different it is. And if you want to try getting the gated community and all that, and you feel like what a joke that was because that gate opens. And as soon as it opens, there's about 3 or 4 cars behind the car that opened it to follow in. And so I always thought, now how do I feel safe in doing that? So I think being, a homeowner is one of the biggest things you can do in your purchase and all that. So and so many kids coming out of college or trying to get a job, and they try and think, well, how can I pay a mortgage, and they go through all that. So I guess your guys really advise them give them a come to Jesus meeting and say, this is what reality is, and you have to figure it out. But you're having an event that's coming up.
Yes, we're having a home buyer application event out in Lone Star Community College. So it's the Magnolia Center, which is right there in the Escondido, it's a community out there.
And it's not the one by Airport Boulevard?
No.
Okay.
This one is in Magnolia. It's the newest.
Oh, Magnolia. Okay.
Yeah, it's the newest Lone Star Community College the newest Lone Star Community College, but it's out in Magnolia. It's called the Magnolia Center.
The Magnolia Center. Okay.
Yes.
So many people that are listening and think, You mean this is where they can go and fill out the form, and can they get kind of qualified at that during this
Yes.
time? Okay.
Yeah. So for that event, we're going to have it from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's going to be in person. Applications will be available on site. Applications are available on our website as well. So if you go to habitatmctx.org, you go to homeownership, the applications will be there in English and in Spanish. But at the event, we will have the applications available. Essentially, the goal and the objective of the application event is just so that we can get individuals in there with all the documents ready. So we do have a required document form that we encourage everyone to look at before the event. We will only accept copies. All the copies that we get are essentially to keep on file. So the objective of that event is to make sure that we get individuals in and out and let them know if they're going to move forward to the next step, which is the pre-qualification step, which that essentially is, we've looked at your financials, we've made sure that you're within our income guidelines, and then from there, we can let you know, okay, next step is you can reach out to a lender and ask for this much. If you get the pre-qual letter, then we can move on to the next step, which is our goal, which is to get you into the home.
Right. Well, that's so exciting because I imagine, families that are coming to you and they're all the requirements that they want, and you have to maybe scale it down. Like, okay, we can't have the pool in the back probably, and the golf. I don't know if we can make a golf thing in your backyard because they don't know. I mean, they don't know what they can ask for or not ask for. Do you give them is there a booklet, or maybe they go online on your website, which is?
So our website is Habitat MCTX. As for the home models, they're essentially, we give them, throughout the program, we go through the steps to where they can choose paint, they can choose cabinets. It comes with appliances as well. There's general things that we give them that they can pick and choose as to how they want their home is. But of course, it has to be affordable. So we have
and
to
it's
make sure.
in that budget that they have,
Yes.
really. And so these are the things they can afford. And I think that's so great, because then they really feel like it's, they've had a say in it, and they can put their stamp on it before it gets done. So a lot of these are being pre-build. But you don't have them all built. They're not coming in to go look at houses. Are they going to do that eventually?
For our Marble Creek area, our Marble Creek community, we're going to have a modeled home.
Okay.
We're going to have a model home that we will be having individuals come in through the application process as well. We will have a few homes available. Those right now is what the applications are for. So once we get applicants in, then those are the homes that essentially we'll be filling in.
And you have how many homes to fill?
So we're going to have around 200 plus homes out in that Marble Creek community.
Now you guys know that's going to go quick, so you need to be there.
Yes,
for this.
It'll be opening up in phases. So phase one is around 75 homes that will be opening up.
Okay.
But all this work, we can't do it without our volunteers and our partnerships with the donations that we receive. We are not a government entity. We are a nonprofit, and we rely on the community and the donations that the community provides for our affiliate.
So this, are you going to? Is this being called like an open house? People can come in to find out about you and how to donate and how to be a volunteer and all that. They can do that day.
So that day is strictly for our home buyer application, but we're more than happy to share that information there. We will have individuals on site that can definitely share that information. We'll have information packets as well that we can provide if you do want to learn more about how to volunteer or how to donate.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, did you have something like that? Because they're going to be so worked up and so excited, and they'll be sitting by their phone waiting for the call, like, okay, you can go the next step now. But that would be, you ought to call HGTV and explain to them what y'all are doing, because, they have all variations of different homes and types of homes that people come and try and find, and they try and build for them. They will build it in 100 days and all that. That's a fun one to watch. And so you've got a different slant on it though now. This is actually bringing a lot of hope to many couples and many elderly people that want to downsize and get something that's just one level, and it's do you have elderly people that you're?
Yes, we do.
It's so funny to say that. I'm elderly. I'm going. You have like there are different pieces. You have people like me coming to you, and trying to find a home for them, and so that's interesting. I mean, you meet so many different people that come through your doors, and y'all have an office here. You said there's an office in Magnolia or
we're in Conroe. We're on 7th Street.
On 7th Street?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, so if somebody in Conroe wanted to go in and get some more information, or do you have
Yes.
stuff they can get there?
So I would highly suggest that individuals reach out to us. They can either reach out to us through our email. They can reach out to Family Services at Habitat MCTX, or they can call us on at our office. So for our office, it's the 936-441-4663. Once again, it's 936-441-4663. And you can find out information. We highly suggest if you want information, we can share the information. But anything application-wise, we request that we have appointments, because we do have individuals that will show up, and then we have another individual that will show up. So we want to make sure that we're courteous of everyone's time.
Sure.
So appointments are highly suggested.
Oh, okay. Or if they came in and said, "Can I make an appointment?"
Yes,
and I'll
that's
come back.
totally fine.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. That's right around the corner. You're in 7th Street, and so they can find all this out. And now your event is, tell me the date of the event.
So it's March 28th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Wow,
at the
okay.
Lone Star Community College Magnolia Center.
Okay, in Magnolia.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It's in a neighborhood called Escondido. It's very beautiful out there. That college is brand new, so it's very beautiful inside.
Oh, it is. It's the newest college.
Yes,
Is
it's
it? Oh,
the
okay.
newest Lone Star College.
Okay. Well, all the Gullos, Gullo Ford, Gullo Toyota, moved out to Magnolia because they said, "Cindy, you wouldn't believe how beautiful it is out here," and she said, "You just need to come see it." And I only got as far as the Woodlands, so but they said it's just really pretty out there. And if someone comes up to you and says, "Okay, I don't want a house because I don't think I could afford a house," but do y'all have condos that I can look at?
No, it is strictly single family homes that we provide.
Single family homes is strictly what it is. So.
Yes.
Okay, and the square footage goes from what to what?
So it can go from 193 square feet a little bit up. I would say around maybe 1,800 square feet.
Wow, that's good.
It might be a little bit lower. We're still working out on the models right now.
Okay.
But it's anywhere between that square footage.
Okay, because that was always interesting to me. People say, "Well, I've got a 3,100 square foot house," and then you see a 1,800 square foot house, and the way the layout is and the way it's done makes the 31 it's too compartmentalized or something. And so it's important for the designer to know how to take whatever square footage, maybe the 100 and what 90.
So it's 1,093 square feet, and it goes a little bit up. I honestly want to say it's the most square footage is probably around 1,600.
1,600. Okay, okay, and that's still, as long as the layout is good and you've got the bedrooms and the bathrooms and I don't see though how individuals, they go in and they have like 3 kids or 4 kids and they get a house for two bedrooms and 1 bathroom, and I'm like, how do you do that? Y'all must be able to advise them, like, okay, I need to know your situation with your family, and let's see what we can do. And if somebody's handicapped, and you can cover that. I mean, like you do ramps or things like that. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's awesome. And when you were telling me about what all you take care of when somebody comes in, and what they can do, and how if you can't I mean, there's so many commercials about people having to go to these big offices and they have people there. They're excuse me, experts, and they'll tell you what you should be looking for, or maybe you need to stay in that apartment maybe another 6 months and save up this much money, and then you can get. Is that kind of why y'all try to become like family with those people?
Yeah. So essentially, all individuals, the applicants that become into our program, we call them partner families because it's a
Good.
partnership.
Good.
So
Yes, that's right.
essentially, it's a 30-year partnership that they sign up for. We sign up with them. We educate them. We along the program as well. One thing I wanted to touch on was our partner families are going to complete 300 hours of sweat equity. So 100 of that is going to be on the build site, learning construction. So they get to build their home and they get to build their neighbor's home.
So they're involved in building it as well?
Yes, they're involved in building their home.
That's awesome.
Yes.
And they can't wait for demolition day.
Yeah.
No. Well, no, they're not demolishing anything. They're building something up. But that's very cool. You know, that makes them not feel like they're a charity case or anything like that, that they're actually helping with the equity, sweat equity.
Yes.
Right?
So one thing that we like to touch on is these individuals, we're not giving them a handout, we're giving them a hand up.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. They must feel empowered to be able to do that. That's a great idea. And are there people on site that are instructing them, or they go to class or something before? Or?
Yes. So we have, along with the 300 sweat equity hours, 100 of that is construction. Around 20 to 30 hours is education. So we teach them education as to what it takes to be a homeowner, about gardening, about their principal, their escrow, closing, everything. We want to ensure that these homeowners are educated so that we can prevent foreclosure, we can prevent delinquency. We want to educate them to empower them.
Where were you 2 years ago? I was trying to find a house, and I didn't know anything about it. My husband went to all the meetings. He knew all about it, and he kept saying, "You got to come to the meetings." I said, "I will sleep through it. I don't understand anything that comes out of their mouth. It's just Latin to me." And so I realized that was wrong. I should have been following him around everywhere, and to find out and to understand what all is involved. You watch a lot of movies and all that, and you think, "Oh, that's so cool. The husband takes care of everything, and you don't need to know anything." That's not right. So
yeah, I tell my wife. So when we get our escrow analysis, I kind of show her and let her know this is how we control our escrow. So essentially, this is one of my favorite things that I like to teach our homeowners is essentially how to control your payment. So you have your interest, you have your principal, and you have your escrow, and all that makes up your monthly payment. So the way you can combat that is by combating your escrow. So your escrow is 3 parts. So it is your homeowner's insurance, your HOA, and your property taxes. So one, you can protest your taxes. You can get that lowered, and your insurance. So what we've seen in Texas recently, because of all these storms, is the insurance policies have been going up high. So for instance, I've had a client that had an insurance policy from $1,700 jump all the way to $3,200. So that spikes up their monthly payment. So that's one thing that I like to educate these homeowners is to let them know you can control your payment, but you have to shop and you have to protest.
you have to shop, right? Oh yeah. Well, what's so bad is that I was on a plan with Aetna, and that's what my husband and I were on, and so he took care of all that, and he'd always say, "Be sure and take your silver script with you." And the card that was is supposed to be for discounts when you go to the pharmacy or anything. And I did not know that SilverScript and Aetna were joined together, and so I wouldn't take the discount card. I didn't need. I just go get the medicine from the insurance, and so I got a letter and said Aetna dropped me, and I went, "What?" And I was so mad, and I went, well, fine, okay. So I went to Marketplace to find another insurance company and have them do their bit about talking about how great the different insurance places are. I didn't know you had to make sure that that insurance policy is going to cover the medicines you need. And so I learned that lesson real good. And but all of a sudden, the person that was doing my helping with finances and stuff, he said, "Is there a reason that you got Aetna and you got HealthSpring and you got this and got different things?" And I said, "No, I only have one, HealthSpring." "What do you mean Aetna?" He says, "Well, they're charging you $1,000 a month." And I went, "For how long has that been?" And he said, "I don't know. You're going to have to go back and check, all your statements and stuff, and then call them and say, guess what? Because they're charging you for your for Dad, for your husband. So you really, there's things that you don't even think about. I just want to know how much are bananas this week, and how much am I going to have to pay for, groceries, and it's mind-boggling, but if you start right now and start finding out and being, as smart as your husband is about this stuff, then you feel like, okay, I'll be able to handle it. I'll know what to do instead of having to reach out to everybody that has ever had anything like that happen to him. What did you do? So it's great to know that you guys are out there helping people and people can come to you. And so you guys don't want to miss this opportunity, because I would have been at that meeting to find out what the principal and the escrow and what does escrow mean and what's and that kind of thing. And Richard can certainly tell you that he is scared to death of what's going to happen to me because of things that I don't know. I just it's like you really I want to understand that. I want to go out there and help build something, but you wouldn't want somebody that does this to build like on 30 hours sitting in a classroom for 30 hours finding out about construction would do anybody great, because then when your commode breaks or something like that, you know what to do. There are things that you can do, and so I think that it's going to be so helpful. And if people don't realize that it's great for them to be able to come out to you, and you're going to take them to a level that you can take them to a level that a lot of people would love to have 3 bedrooms and 2 baths and that kind of thing. And that would be their forever home. And it'd be perfect. No, but so many kids coming out of college and they're trying to get a job, and then they're so disappointed. And so if you guys are around that could help people like that. Do you get a lot of young college grads?
We don't, but the way we're going to try to advertise to them and reach out to them is essentially how we said the education courses. So those education courses that we're speaking about, those are also going to be open to the public. So it's not only to our partner families, but it's also going to be to the public, so that the public is educated and we're empowering the public as well.
Yes. Is that online? Do you have classes online?
So we recently just had our first time home buyer seminar, which was on the 14th, and it was at the Lone Star Community College and Magnolia Center.
Yeah.
So we had our partner lender, we had a title company, we had an insurance agency, and we had a realtor there as well. So all of them shared the aspects of what it takes to be a home buyer and what the background is from all the different parts that get you into the home.
Now, how many people did you have walk out? Anybody?
So we didn't have anyone walk out, but we had an attendance of 15 individuals show up. It's a classroom setting. It's open. Everyone can ask whatever question they want to ask.
That's awesome.
We want to make sure that no question is a dumb question to us. We're educating you, and we want to create that environment for you to be free and ask whatever questions you want to ask.
No, that is great, Robert. That's really good. Now, is your wife in real estate, or is she
no, my
helping
wife,
you?
My wife is actually a graphic designer, so she does help me with the graphics.
That's very good. Okay, she's so helpful. That's good. And you explain all the stuff to her. you have to tell her, this is what the escrow means. Can you draw me something that would show it? This is the escrow. Escrow is the money that is sitting there. Is it to help you because whenever you run out of money, or what does the escrow do?
So the escrow is essentially think of it as you're paying your mortgage within a year.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the year, you have to pay out your taxes, you have to pay out your insurance, and you have to pay out your HOA dues. So between that 12-month span, every month you're collecting a portion of that to complete 12 months. So that account is essentially sitting there collecting so that we can pay all your insurance, your taxes, and your HOA fees.
Oh, okay. Now y'all got you guys, y'all do that?
So right now we have around 123 accounts that we service those loans.
Like that.
Yeah.
You take out what they need to be taking out so that they have at the end of the year, or is it?
Yeah. So at the end of the year. So an escrow analysis happens majority of the time it depends on when you close. So if you close in March of 2025,
Mm-hmm.
March of 2026 is when they redo your escrow. Normally, that's how it goes.
And so do you have them make sure that they have enough and a little bit more so then when
Yes.
that interest comes or whenever it's
So
bills?
that's essentially
Yeah.
what the analysis is. So the escrow analysis is essentially a health check to let you know. So let's say March 2025 you closed, March 2026 is when your escrow analysis comes in the mail, and they let you know, we're going to go ahead and up your payment because the tax is raised. So it'll up your payment on a monthly basis, maybe like $30 a month. Or they can say, we have a surplus. So we overestimated, you're granted $900 from the remaining amount that was in the account. Another thing on that I would like to touch on is when you do get an escrow surplus, we're not legally obligated to let you know that you're supposed to put it back. But it's a very good idea to put that money back in.
Sure.
Because
sure.
if your taxes go up, then
Yeah.
essentially you have it covered. You don't have to put the full amount, but I would educate individuals to put some amount back
So
in.
you don't have an authority to take and just realize that there's stupidity and just put that back.
Yeah.
You can't put it back.
No, we can't.
Not
Legally, we
until
cannot.
they have
that
to
is-
say it's okay.
They're legally obligated to get that money back because that is the money from their account.
Yes.
But that's not money that we can move around or anything like that. That's money that's sitting there on a monthly basis collecting towards the end of the year so that we can pay everything
Is it
out.
collecting an interest
No,
rate?
it is not.
No, it's just sitting
essentially
there being kept from being taxed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's another thing too is it's important to educate these individuals that aspect of the escrow because once you're done paying off the mortgage, you are in charge of paying that off.
Yeah.
So once you pay off your mortgage, something may happen where you're not paying it. You're not paying your mortgage for a year, but here comes that tax bill. And
Right.
how are you going to come up with that money?
Yeah.
So another good.
Do y'all help people with that?
No, but when we do the education courses, these are things that we go off the cuff and we kind of just let individuals know
Yeah.
and the importance of it. We will start doing a exit loan. So an exit loan meeting with some of their clients to let them know, okay, now you've paid off your home, but now these are your responsibilities. So that's another thing that we would want to do to recap to let them know. But yes, so essentially the good principle to do is once you pay off your home, set up a bank account. So that bank account, you can estimate your taxes by going onto the tax site, looking how much your taxes were, and then kind of guesstimate. And then on a monthly basis, kind of distribute that money to that account. So after 12 months, you have that money ready and you can pay it out.
Oh boy. I'm so glad I have somebody that my son to watch everything, and he says, and he'll pay a lot of the bills and stuff, and so, but he watches it, and he'll come into my house and he'll go, "You got a TV on in every room of the house. Is that necessary? Because that's like my inheritance. So if you would just shut off all the TV." No, and I said, "No, you're right." And so he's been like, he comes over and everybody goes, "Oh, Uncle Chad's here. We gotta. Everybody turn off your lights, turn off your lights, and turn off the TVs." But it's something like that I never thought of, even though my husband would put Post-it notes by the AC on the AC thing. He said, if I find this over under 70 degrees, you're paying the bill. Whoever puts this under 70 degrees. So he leaves little notes like that. So it's difficult. There's so much to that you need to learn and to do. So if I just had your expertise. I do have a financial advisor that's amazing, and he is, but they can't tell you either. Like if you need to get some money out and you need to do something, they can't argue with you like, you don't need to get another, mink coat. There's no reason for him. No, but he would not ever argue with you. You said, okay, what do you want? What do you need? And so I tell him, and I'm so afraid that he's going to say no. That if he says no, what do I? I can't fight that. But he said, I can't say no to you, Cindy. That's the problem, is that I wish I could. It's maybe not what I'm thinking, when I go like, oh, what do you want? What can we do for you? But financial advisors are good because he'll tell me, okay, let's go through some options. How about that? Okay, options are good. And so he said, and then you could save this much and you'll have this much later on. So that's good. And I'm so happy there's some place like that people can go to. That's wonderful. And if you did you go to college to find out about doing things like this, or how did Habitat Humanity get you?
So I owe all of my knowledge to Habitat. I essentially started off as an intern at Lone Star College. During Harvey, I was actually from another affiliate, so another Habitat affiliate. So just to kind of give people information, there's Habitat International, but then there's also Habitats, but these are affiliate habitats.
Right.
So they're not all the same. Every habitat is a little bit different. So I came from Northwest Harris County. I started an internship there during Harvey. So I did a lot of Harvey repairs. Essentially, I was an intern, and they were like, we have Harvey money, and I had to figure it out. I had to start a home repair program, distribute applications, create
and build
marketing,
budgets and all that for
budgeting,
everything.
make sure grant allocation, everything. But it honestly, I owe everything that I have today because of Habitat, because of the knowledge I have, all the confidence and all the information that I have. I owe it to Habitat, because Habitat, if I'm confident, then I can build confident homeowners.
See, that's wonderful. And plus, people would really trust and believe in you because of where you came from and how you present yourself and all that, because people get scammed so much and it's so pitiful. And like construction workers will come by and say, especially after a hurricane or something like that, and scam them. And so you're, but everybody feels like Habitat for Humanity is going to be, straight up with them. They're going to be do good. You have good reputation. Now tell me, what was it? Jimmy Carter, the president, that worked with Habitat of Humanity, or?
Yes.
It was him. Okay. Because I remember him going out with his wife and stuff, and they would be helping build the houses and stuff. And so it was that really endeared everybody to him because of that. He could do that. So if we but I think that it's interesting if a president comes out and does something like that, then that certainly puts a stamp on it, like we're trying to help. We're trying to help you. But then I didn't see as many ads and advertising. Did y'all hold back on advertising, or do you still do like television advertising or anything like that?
So all that is through Habitat International.
Oh, that's okay.
Habitat International. I believe they haven't, but they will be soon. They're releasing a new marketing aspect and also empowering some of the affiliates a little bit more.
Well, what perfect timing,
Yeah.
because the biggest, brouhaha from the communities are saying, I can't afford a house. I can't afford to be doing this, and there's no place to go. And FEMA just comes in after the hurricane and tries to help give you a temporary thing.
Mm-hmm.
But what you guys are doing is actually going for their future.
Yeah. Another thing too is we don't only do home ownership. We also have home repair. So
Home repair?
we do home repair throughout Montgomery County. We literally, majority of all our clientele for home repair is senior citizens, and we do ADA accessibility. We do ramps, we do handbars, we do anything to make it a safe environment for elderly seniors. We help with veterans. We've done a rock the block. So essentially what rock the block is we find a community, we go through that community and we let them know we're going to do home repairs. Are you guys willing to participate? And we get a whole load of volunteers. I want to say anywhere between 20 to 35 volunteers, and we go through that whole street and we do home repairs.
That's amazing. Just like the HGTV Rock the Block. Yeah, that's great. That's a great idea, and make it competitive, so that it really does build that up. And so that I'm looking forward to seeing you on TV and seeing you, and you've got to buy time on HGTV and call Fox News.
We do have the
shaking his
what the Property Brothers, I believe that.
Yes,
they're one of Habitat International. So
man,
they definitely advertise a lot of Habitat.
That's great, because I know they do the celebrity IOU celebrity videos that they do. They bring a celebrity in. The celebrity wants to do something for someone, and they take care of their house and stuff. It's amazing that one station has grown so much, and what they have done, and in fact, everything's getting ready to be brand new. They're getting ready to show a lot of whatever series that was is now getting ready to start up again, and they're all new shows. So I'm so excited about that. And but it is kind of addicting, though. That's the only bad thing about it. It makes you want to go out and buy stuff for your house and and fix up the house, and let's build a fence in the back, and So if there's something else that you need people to know about Habitat, what do you think that is? That you don't think they really know that you do this or you have this?
So one misconception is that individuals may think that Habitat gives homes away. We don't give homes away. We essentially empower individuals to be a homeowner.
Yeah.
So like I said, we have the education aspect, and then we also just ensure that these homeowners know exactly what it takes to be a homeowner.
See, that's great for a college kid coming out. Needs to just go to the classes and then say, now I'm prepared. I feel confident about what I'm going to be needing to look for. And after I find my, fiance and we get married, and then I will be able to speak intelligently to whoever the person is I'm talking to and say, I need this, I need that, and I have this all, here's all my papers and that kind of thing. That would be great. I mean, I can see people, if you just go in and get pre-planning, and so that they have an idea that they can actually buy a house. And this is how you do it. I'll give you the path. I'll give you the instructions. That's wonderful.
Yeah. Fun fact is the first biggest purchase anyone will make is purchasing a home.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. And they a lot of times find all I can afford is an apartment, and they keep going up on the rent, and I don't have any control over the rent or anything like that. So that's why people would love to have their own home, and they just and they start they don't want to get something too expensive. They need to make sure they have enough money each month that they can do things like groceries and gas and all that. And so to have somebody plan that, have that planned out for you, and they're taking money out of your account to save up for you so that you can have this at the end and you don't have to worry about it. Do people go like, well, yeah, but I really need this. Can I take this money out of what y'all got it in my account? Can I take it out of my account? Because they something has come up that they've got to take care of.
No. So it's a mortgage. When we emphasize that this is a mortgage, and essentially if individuals aren't making payment on their mortgage or they're taking it out, they're taking away from another family.
Okay.
Because those funds are what we utilize to build more homes.
Right. Okay. Well, and especially with the mortgage part, that's what you don't go up. I mean, you're not raising a price during the year, are you?
Yeah. So, fun fact: our Cedar Creek community, which is our oldest community, biggest community that we have right now, those are on our traditional lending. So essentially, those have no interest. It's just principal and escrow. The Marble Creek community that we're going to have is going to be anywhere between 3 to 5% interest rate. So those are going to have interest. But the reason being we're adding the interest on there is because with no interest, we collect over 30 years, and it takes us a while to gain funds to build another home. With tacking on the interest and still making it affordable with our partner lenders, we're able to recoup that money and build another home at a faster rate.
Yeah.
Because building cost for homes is going up 3 to 4% every year. It's getting very pricey to be a homeowner.
Oh man. Well, I think that with y'all doing this with 200 you have expected you're going to go to 200 homes that you're going to be building. And is that going to be the land that they gave you? Are they having to pay for, when you price it, when the home's priced, is it priced with the land that was given to you?
No. So so essentially when we sell the home, it's already blocked into the land. Each parcel is blocked into what home. So that's how we scaled up to 200 homes that we're kind of thinking.
Oh, okay.
But
Wow.
the cost of the home is the land and the home, from $145K to $200.
Okay. Oh, so they do own the land. They would own the land then?
Yeah, they're going to own the land and own the
That's amazing, because you know how many places just, they come in and they can take the I think it's usually trailer parks that do that, and they don't own the land. It's just the trailer. And they can take the trailer off, but they can't take the land. Or it's not the land; it's not theirs. So that's great. I mean, that's
What's very exciting about our community too is we have so many gracious donors. Mm-hmm. So with that, we're able to provide things to the community. So we've have donors who have donated for dog parks, donated for a basketball court, donated for a soccer field. This is going to be one of the biggest communities that we've ever developed. And it's just very exciting to see it and to be at the very front of the project.
Now, do you have planned with your wife doing the sketches and stuff of what it's going to look like, and allow that you're going to have at this event that you're going to do? Will it show what the place is going to look like?
Yeah, so we have rendered images. Not with my wife, but we have a great we have a great marketing team. But with that, we will have posters with rendering of how the community is supposed to look like.
That's what I mean. If you have that, that's going to be exciting. Well, the hour is gone. I thank you so much. And if you want to go through real quick, go through where to be, what time, and or you can go to your website.
Well, thank you guys so much for having us. So to give us a call at our affiliate office, you can call us at 936-441-4663. Once again, it's 936-441-4663. You can email us at familyservices@habitatmctx.org. Our event will be March 28th at the Lone Star Community College from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We encourage you to look at our website, look at the required documents. All those required documents are going to get you through the event to let you know if you're a good applicant or if we still need a little bit more information from you and how we can empower you some more.
That's perfect. Thank you so much, Robert, for being here. That's so exciting. And so now we've had Habitat for the Humanities, and I said it right, and I remembered your name. Okay. Well, thank you, and I want to thank all the first responders, military, fire, police, the officers that we have here that keep us safe, and Conroe feels safe.
Yes.
You feel safe when you're here, and you see a lot of police officers. They're just trying to keep you safe. And I always go up and hug an officer or anybody. I just give them a hug. I say, I'm so glad you're here, even at HEB. And so, I see him. I always say thank you and salute to you. But so anyway, you guys call somebody you love. Be sweet. All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys.
Every week, people ask the same two questions. Are they ready to retire? Will their savings last for their lifetimes? Hi, this is Chris Wootton with Wootton Financial Group. Our firm has been in Montgomery County for decades, but the hopes and dreams of the people we serve never change. We help answer these two questions and many more that people have about their uncertain financial future. We have a simple introductory client experience that allows us to get to know the client and includes a few meetings for the client to kick the tires at no charge. We provide a concise, one-page summary that helps the client get a better handle on which questions are the right questions for them. To learn more about Wootton Financial Group's process in helping their clients to a clearer financial future and to see their contact information, visit Cindy Cochran's show page on irlonestar.com/TCCS. Wootton Financial Group is a proud sponsor of the Cindy Cochran Show. Wootton Financial Group is available by phone at 936-449-5952 or visit them on the web at www.woottonfinancial.com. That's www.woottonfinancial.com.
This program is sponsored by the Wootton Financial Group. It is not the intent of Wootton Financial Group to render or offer personalized investment advice or financial planning advice through this radio program or any related website. Wootton Financial Group's participation in this program is limited to providing general information on financial matters and should not be construed as financial recommendation or investment advice. Investment advisory services are offered through Game Plan Advisors, Inc., a registered investment advisor registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission and the state of Texas. Insurance services are offered through Wootton Financial Group, Inc. Game Plan Advisors and Wootton Financial Group, Inc. are affiliated through common ownership, and neither firm is affiliated with The Cindy Cochran Show. No listener should assume that any information presented and or made available on this program serves as the receipt of or a substitute for personalized individual advice from Game Plan Advisors, Wootton Financial Group,